And whoa. Do we have a show today? Are you excited enough?
Super, super excited.
I haven't seen Adrian this pumped up in a long time because Adrian's just a really spiritual kid. His old man, not so much, but so Donna sent me your book and obviously said some very kind things in the first couple of pages about me and to me, and Denise. And Adrian didn't get a book, but I am telling you what, this kid is going to own that book. I can see it next to his bathtub for the rest of his life. It's that good. And it was a shocker because he didn't know it was going to come from where it came from, man. It came from her soul, and it is a beautiful book. We've got Donna Johnson with us today. And if you don't know her, I don't even know how you don't know her. I called Rita Davenport this morning, which was adorable. She's an old buddy, and she was at lunch, and she goes, "Oh, Tommy, it was so nice to talk to you." And I said, "I just read this book by Donna Johnson, and I saw that you were all over it." And she just walked away from a huge lunch to tell me all the stories, her favorite stories of Donna Johnson and their life together. And I'm just going to tell all of you, you need to know Donna Johnson. You need to buy this book. You need to be this book. It is amazing. I talked to Jordan Adler a couple of days ago. He's going to Arizona this Sunday for the book launch. I mean, it is epic what's going on there. And I'm going to Arizona actually tomorrow with Adrian. So that's kind of exciting. So it's Arizona days, but everybody needs to buy this book. What did you think of it before you take off? Just pump it up and then talk about her.
Yeah, absolutely. I was telling Donna, so I don't know if there was method to your madness or if you're a senile old man. So we should just go ahead and unpack this on the air, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
So did you tell Donna to email or to mail the book to my house a week ago on purpose or on accident?
On purpose.
Okay.
Because I read the synopsis of it and I knew it was going to be all spiritual. And I know that I haven't got, I'm like, some people are like really, really deep. And then some people are really, really wide. I am shallow and not deep. I mean, I'm thin. I'm shallow and thin. So, I mean, that book, when I knew it when it came, I know Donna because I spent time with her and Thomas, a lot of time in Vail with them one day. And I was in tears with her heart for people and other people and love and marriage and spirituality. And what I love about Donna over everybody is she's natural in spiritual things and spiritual in natural things. So instead of hearing about it, you get to feel it. And that's a whole different world. And she's my idol. So that's why I did that, because I was trying to get you to get a little spirituality. I'm your dad, for God's sake.
That was the Trojan horse of spirituality.
There you go.
This is good, and I'm very glad.
Thank you, unpacker.
Right. So, Donna, I want to start. I was just moved, and I thought it was such a beautiful story, and really, in some ways, maybe an encapsulation of your journey in a way, the story of how you came to write the book and to title the book What You Did. And so let's start there as a way to just get into your story and a little bit of your background.
Oh, thank you. Well, first we have to start with Tom, because sometimes you can be a real knucklehead, Tom. You are deep and wide. And I know that so many people like to put people in boxes and, oh, this must be a Christian book, right? And I've been on actually a fabulous big secular podcast, and I could tell right away the guy was a little bit uncomfortable with me, like, where do I put her in this box? And we had so much fun, Tom. And he was saying, well, what do you think about these people who, maybe don't believe like you, or they have to be perfect? And I looked at him and I said, I don't see a halo over your head, and I don't see a halo over my head. So, Tom, guess what? You are going to love this book too, because it's not just...
Oh, I read it. I just had him read it first.
You knew he was going to love it. So, so Adrian, thank you. I was not writing a book. But God had different ideas. It was completely downloaded, and I tell about it in the introduction. Rita Davenport, my husband Thomas, and I were both speaking at a big event where Tony Robbins was speaking, Eric's event. And Rita had never seen Tony Robbins live, and she was laughing so hard. Here we were hitting sticks, jumping up and down. They pay him all that money to hit sticks and jump up and down. Of course, then, Rita, our beloved Rita, a couple hours later, she's up on stage and she's kissing her feet. She goes, "What's all this fire walking stuff? I don't know about you, but I love my feet." She's Southern, that Southern humor. And then just like that, she looks up and she says, "But I want you to know that my mentor walks on water." That scrolled across my newsfeed, December of 2021. And this book was completely downloaded. And so it was just basically I was just being obedient with this book. And now that I can see the timing of it, it was done a while back and I was getting so antsy. I just and my publisher said, "No, there's a process, there's endorsements, there's this and that." And now that I see it's coming out Easter week, and what people are really going to love about this, a lot of people have been, just traumatized by institutional religion. And I think they're going to see the real Jesus, and they're going to see that Easter week is more than Easter bunnies and chocolate and eggs, colored eggs. And so I love the timing of it, but it's just a beautiful book. And it really, Adrian and I were talking about, it talks about our business, just really how you do anything in life, you do everything. So there's some templates involved with that. So I get into all that. It's just very rich and deep.
And it's not thin. I mean, this book, when you pick it up, it's a book. Most of the people don't write books. They write like a pamphlet and call it a book by increasing the size of the print. This book is a book, and you want to read it, you want to own it, you want to be it, read it like a textbook. I promise you, man, I'm telling you, and it should have been a tell when I did go to Vail with you and Thomas, after you'd been in Denver the night previous to a very, very, very cool dinner for somebody's birthday.
It was Thomas's birthday.
Yeah. And these people, these chefs were incredibly high caliber chefs. But what was there was they were fallible people. And then Todd Falcone, I mean, he's a train wreck of epic proportion like me. And then you've got Jordan Adler. So it isn't like this club. It is like a club of everybody in the world filled with love, doing beautiful things for and with people. And I just got to see Donna and Thomas as they really, really are. And it's just a little couple on a lifelong honeymoon trying to do good for people all over the world, including Uganda, places like that, doing schools, doing beautiful stuff. I'm telling you what, I'm just absolutely in awe of you. And if we don't sell a bunch of books today, I'm going to be so mad, because this is one you should buy. So I'm hijacking everything. Take it away.
Well, thank you. And Elaine just said it's a great Easter gift. Yeah, we could give Christmas gifts. Why not do an Easter gift? But the exciting news is that organically, it doesn't even launch until Tuesday, April 4th. And already, just organically, it has hit #1 Amazon hot new releases in 2 categories. So we're going across the board, all of it. So it's got wings. That's what my social media manager, who also represents a lot of musicians and artists, he says, "Donna, when a song comes out of nowhere and like just rockets, we call it, it's got wings." And isn't it just interesting, Tom, that the name of my business over 36 years is called Spirit Wings. And our charity, which the proceeds for this book and merch is going to, is Spirit Wings Kids, and all the fun stuff we're doing in Uganda, with Thomas's soccer connections from Sweden. So it's just so neat to see how God is moving.
Wow. Talk about that. Talk about I didn't know about the proceeds from this project going to support Spirit Wing Kids, and to tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, we've had, in our profession, a lot of times what people will say, when I get to the top, I'm going to do this, right? And I teach people, what I did was you someday never arrives, right? Because as soon as you feel like you're successful, there's still more success to have. And so start where you are. It doesn't have to be financial. It can be making a meal for someone, but just tithing and giving should be something we do all the time, and it should just increase as our success in our business increases. It's not like one day I'm going to do this. And so we've just had supported these orphanages for a long time, but as our income has grown and our support has grown, we've been able to implement a permaculture farm. My son is one of the leading permaculturists in the world. So traditional agriculture grows in rows. Permaculture grows in systems. And we were able to implement that farm in 2018 before the pandemic. And that farm literally fed not only the orphanage, but the community throughout the pandemic. And Thomas was a professional soccer player in Sweden. And so we've been able to create a team that actually competes in Uganda, a soccer academy. And so we have some big goals. We want to get a coach and mentor for the kids, and a new one. And just, we see really great things happening. So grateful for that, because what happens is a lot of people, when they feel like they've reached the pinnacle of success, everything is taken care of. I always say there's no U-Haul at the end of a hearse, right? And your priorities just become more clear, that all the big fancy stuff to me is just really not that important. I mean, I like nice things, but to me, being able to do something at our orphanage, like that energizes me. So, this nice Rolex watch, they might bury me with it, but it's just
not going to do too much for you on the other side.
It's just stuff.
It doesn't handle eternity that well.
Right.
And I think that in this profession,
1 minute.
That
felt like a wind up.
It was going to be a wind up. So I'll save that rant.
You two are so cute together.
Can you imagine doing your son the whole time and getting to hang with him?
Yeah.
And he's like my dad. I mean,
Aww.
he took all the good from me and left all the bad behind. And he's been able to be that dad that I always wanted to be for him. He's been able to be that man that I've always wanted to be, but alcohol got in the way. And it's really, really cool to see something like this kid learn from my mistakes, not make them himself, and go out and change the world with people like you. And that's cool. So,
and you're an amazing dad, Tom. You are an amazing
so far, so
person.
good, but jury's still out. We are going to a break right now. I love all of you. We're going to have fun with this thing come heck or high water. Stick around. It's the Legacy Leadership Radio Show.
Nice job. Well
Thank
done.
you. How'd I do, man? I was about ready to go. So we're on a
cute.
30-second break is all. So Doug Stair and Elaine Urban and Stacy Westerland from Sweden. Where's she? Sweden?
Yeah, she's in Sweden.
She's Sweden. Holy mackerel.
I know. I love it.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool. All you people on here. And Doug Stair, thanks for tagging. My buddy Michelle Poe is a rock star. Love you guys. Leslie Hughes.
She
Good to
is.
see you. Really cool. We're back. And it's the Legacy Leadership Show with Adrian Chenault, Tom Chenault, and the one and only Donna Johnson. And I know I'm getting text messages like, where's Thomas? We're going to get him and Donna on here. And we're going to talk about great marriages and network marketing, because they're few and far between. The Poes are that example. But I want all of you to realize that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And what better way to do it than run into some people that have actually been able to manage that deep water and pull it off. And I don't know if I'm in that category or not, but I try. But the fact of the matter is, I want you all to have that. But I want to talk about something pretty important. And, when you start rising up the ranks in this business, you start making some money, you start buying all kinds of stupid stuff. And you start making what you own who you are. And finally, that bloom falls off that rose, and you realize the only thing that you've got going for you are the people in your organization and the people in the world that should be in your organization or in this profession. And it's an important task with huge responsibility. And I watch people like Donna and Thomas go through that. But what I love about that is, with their spirituality, they've never gone to that place of spiritual materialism where they've gotten all of a sudden so spiritual that it's the game, like it's cool. and maybe being so spiritual is feeding their ego. And that doesn't feel that way with Donna and Thomas. And I want to applaud you for that, because I know you've been wearing this spirituality for a very, very long time, but you've never used it to elevate yourself in the world in any way or get an edge up. You've loved everybody right where they are, knowing that right where they are is exactly where God's got them. And if you just be the ball, sooner or later, they're going to say, what are they doing to say so happy, so beautiful? I think I'll have what they're having. And I just want to acknowledge you and thank you for that, because I think it's difficult. You know, I'm a born again recovering alcoholic. You know, I walk in the bar and I'm pulling drinks out of people's hands and doing all kinds of stupid stuff, and it does no good. And I just know that I'm in awe of you and Thomas and the way you're living your life and the way your book is written, because nobody's being made wrong. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, well, there's a big misconception about success and money. You know, it's not success and money, it's the love of money that is the trouble. And so to me, my business is not an idol. It's a tool, and it's an amazing tool that we are given. I don't have a college degree, and I love this profession because nobody sat me down for an interview and saying, well, you can't have this, this, and this, and this. We have such an organic compensation plan in our profession that wherever you choose to engage, and nobody holds you back. I don't know a better compensation plan. And I really believe that we need to start being on the offense with who we are. We have a lot of naysayers with FTC and all different things. We have the best gig in town. We always have. I've been in this profession over 40 years, 36 with my the same company. And there is no such thing as an easy ride. You have ups and downs in every step of the way. But it really is the best profession. I love it.
That's such a cool thing. And I think you're exactly right. You're so much of what is beautiful in what you and Thomas have been able to do individually and then together is to be able to live your values out in the world and to be able to build a life around the things that are important to you. And, you know, so often in a lot of other scenarios, you have to put certain things to the side and not be able to be who you really are in order to be able to be successful or to make it in the environment that you're in or whatever it is. And it's such a gift to be able to truly, you know, live out your values and attract people that are going to be that are going to want to go along for that journey because they align to who you are. Right.
Absolutely. I just feel like authenticity is so important. People are hurting right now. I mean, if you look around, they're trying to decide between filling their gas full, you know, what are they going to get at the grocery store? And so just really, you guys know, I'm a hope dealer. I really discourage hype. I don't think it's that attractive. And many, you know, some people are inspired by that, but many aren't. And I think it's so important to just be you, be yourself, and allow this business to and listen to find out what people's needs are. That's what I love about this business too. We actually, when people come into my business, we do a personal strategy session to find out what they want, how much they want to earn. Yep. They might not want my pace or whatever. And so they love that because they can personalize their journey. And it's so refreshing when they come in and see a community of such loving people. And even if people leave my business and I'm staying in touch with them, how are you doing? They're like, you mean you still like me, even though I'm you know, decided to put it on the back burner or whatever.
Let's take a little break. Hold it for a second, Donna. We got to take a break or I'm going to get fired. Thank you, Genesis Communication Network. I love you for putting us on the air for 12 years. We'll be right back. My wife, there's a mountain out there called Mount Sanitas in Boulder, and it's straight up. You literally need a rope. And my wife is running up that mountain as we speak with Jake the dog and stopped to listen to this show because you made such a difference in her life. So you just need to know.
I love Denise.
Yeah, she's a beast. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't mind her either. Okay, here we go. And we're back. It is the Legacy Leadership Radio Show with Adrian Chenault, the great Donna Johnson. We are having an unbelievable time because she wrote this book called My Mentor Walks on Water. And spirit-led mentorship in every area of your life. And so don't think it's some cornball network marketing book. Don't think it's some happy horse manure book. It is solid as it gets for those times in your life where the water is deep and you're looking within saying, there's got to be more. There's got to be hope. There's got to be help. And she nailed it. And this is a book that you're going to have for the rest of your life once you buy it. You're going to read it and you're going to give away a lot of them.
Absolutely right.
Wow.
And for those of you on the radio, you can go get your pre-order copy at mentordonnajohnson.com. So go and do that. And you said something in the lead back end that I think was really interesting. And Donna and I were chatting about this before we came on the air, which is, I'm so glad that I didn't. I just, because of your incredible stature in the network marketing profession, I assumed you were writing what I would consider a network marketing book.
Well, she's the queen.
Right. No. And so, jeez, you don't have to hit me in the head. So what I love is that this is a book that is absolutely for network marketers. It's
Yes.
a book that's for much, much more and many, many more than network marketers. And so, Donna, you might say everyone, but who would you say, like, who did you write this for? Who was on your heart as you wrote this book? Because I do think it's
Great
much
question.
bigger than network marketing.
Perfect.
What a great question. And by the way, the link, Mentor Donna Johnson, it does take you to Amazon, and we're doing a big campaign that Tuesday the 4th, which is so exciting. But I really asked Heavenly Father to put on his heart what breaks his heart. And so it really is for everyone, Adrian. And it is a network marketing book, but it isn't, because you see, how you do anything is how you do everything. And so I get into balance, and I also get into some templates. I'm a very blueprint person. Sherry and Esther's, I'm a blueprint. Those are really unusual. Code breaker, right?
Yeah.
And so I have these templates that you can use in your business, in your marriage, in your parenting, in your health and fitness. And so, but I really talk about balance because, if at your funeral, if everyone that is speaking is your coworkers that loved you, but your children aren't even there because they disowned you or you disowned them, that is not a successful life. And so I really talk about that, and I really unpack a lot of things that people are told they're not supposed to talk about certain things. And I break those rules because I love talking with people who don't think the exact same way that I do. How are we ever going to learn from anyone? So even though it's not a book about network marketing, the third section of the book where I unpack each area of your life, whether it's parenting, your business, your community, everybody wants to be an influencer, right? But they want it based on a cool reel or a blue check. They don't want it based on the content of your character. So it isn't about our profession, but it is about our profession, if that makes any sense at all.
It makes perfect sense in that I think what happens out here in the world is a reward, or is, you have to do the stuff inside first in order to have those things show up on the outside.
And that's chapter one. Chapter one, who do you think you are? Because who you think you are will frame your worldview about who has influence over you, who you hire for a coach or a mentor. You don't hire mentors. Who you hire for a coach or an advisor, that's different. You might hire certain people, right? And then your mentors are obviously not hired, but who you think you are is going to really shape who influences you and then how you influence other people. And I have this analogy of a rubber duck. If you aren't sure who you are, you're going to be like that rubber ducky that's just rocking and rolling in the waves. And a lot of people are like that in our profession. They see the shiny penny. Oh, I better do that. I better run there. I better do this system. I better do that. And so I think this book will ground you to an anchor of who do you think you are based on how God sees you, and just understanding those concepts first. So I actually go into that first before I go into mentorship, which is so important.
That's really cool.
And you know what? Let's put the cards on the table. I think that a lot of people that don't like network marketing think it's a bunch of flim-flam people trying to scam them into a product they don't want to buy. And if you decide that you're just going to give this book away to a bunch of people that you want to get into network marketing, and they read this book and they understand the character, the depth, and the belief of a Donna Johnson, they're going to realize that this profession is not some hype story. They'd been sold a bill of goods about that. This is the story, because we are in a profession that gave Donna, not a college graduate, a person 40 years ago that said, you know what, I'm going to take control of my own destiny in a partnership with God, and I'm going to build something for the ages. And she did that. And what's so beautiful, she can give that away. And this book is the foundation of it. Give this to the doubters in your life on their spirituality and on this profession, because I think it's massive credibility on it all. Don't you, Donna?
Absolutely. We do have an image problem, and part of the image problem is our own doing. You know, we circle the wagons, we shoot each other, we do stupid things, you know, and we chase, we see someone do something on social media, and we don't want to have fear of missing out. So we think we have to copy that. So just really get grounded in who you are. And I tell people to build their business for the long game, you know, and to really understand what that takes, because this, like your title, legacy leadership, I actually have my top leaders, we call ourselves legacy leaders. And we believe in building a sustainable business that lasts. It does pivot. There's changes in our profession right now, right? So we're pivoting. We're moving along with the time. And you have, for most of our businesses, they're willable. So you have a business that lasts generations, that leaves a ripple effect for generations. I mean, how exciting is that? You're not trading hours for dollars and punching a clock. You are building a legacy. That is something to take seriously. That is something to get excited about. It's still the best gig in town. I really believe I am totally unemployable. I love my business. I'm still vibrant building my business. And it's because I love it. You know, we do go through burnout times. But I always say that burnout is just an opportunity to refuel and get your passion back about something. And one of the best ways to do that is when you sponsor someone new. I love that.
There you go. And so you said you've been in the profession for around 40 years now.
Over 40 years.
And so
I started as a teenager, by the way.
That's right. Yeah. Because when she was 6, like, you know, it was dad put her on a lap. So you have had to go through those cycles of refiring the rocket for yourself. And you talked about one of the ways that you've done that, which is to sponsor somebody and to be able to experience it through someone new's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do we maintain that level of, you know, staying out there as a leader? How do you maintain that staying out on the front line and making sure that you're leading by example, not just being the celebrity that the company puts on stage?
Oh, it's such a balance, because your life does get more comfortable, obviously, and you can design your life around that, but always keeping that relevant piece of bringing new people into your business. My central organization that I work with the most closely, they're all half my age. I mean, they're all wonderful, young, and for me, it's so much fun. And we have had to pivot. You know, I started the business before computers. And so we're pivoting into, you know, new waters again, and really shoring up our compensation plans. But it's a beautiful thing, because we're able to offer some really great opportunities. And of course, every company has their statement of what the average incomes are. So I like to share with people, we don't need to hype this business because the truth of our business is good enough. And people pick up on that. That's what they want. That's what they want to hear.
That's so good.
What I love about your company is they've stayed in business. And, that's true. Think about it. They've been through thick and thin, and they have been tough, and they've stayed in business. And that is a testament to them. It's certainly a testament to you that you didn't leave when there was deep water there. But I want everybody to think about that, because we have a tendency to, the second things get tough, somebody quits or the company does something that you feel to be stupid, you quit and go find another problem company. And what Donna has done is really stayed the course. And she's not going to tell you this, but she stepped up in the ANMP, which is the Association of Network Marketing Professionals. And I know there's a few more syllables. And she decided to take on the ethics committee, which is the toughest thing because there's so many.
I didn't decide. You guys nominated.
We kind of did
that was
it.
a hot potato.
But she just stepped up, and I was on a call the other day, and she took no prisoners, man. She was straight as an arrow and said, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. And I just love your integrity. I love your belief. I love your history and experience. And I mostly love your faith in your marriage with Thomas.
Well, I love my husband. And I have a concept in the book called red light, yellow light, green light. Okay. You guys are going to love it, because how many of you are such drivers? You're in the wheel, right? And you're just like green light, green light, green light, green light. And all of a sudden you're kind of hearing in the background, God saying, no, that's red light. And we learn over time to listen. One of the hardest lights to learn is yellow, because yellow is, hang on here, pray about this. Is this the best choice for me? You don't have to do everything that is pitched up at you. So with the ethics committee leading that, I wanted to go red light. And God said, no, Donna, I'm giving you a green light on this. Ray Higdon did the same thing. I asked him to be on the committee. He went, no, red light. And he prayed about it, and he was, oh boy, man, God did the same thing to me, green light. So I actually experienced a green light moment there when I wanted to say red light. But now I realize that we can make an impact in the profession simply by having the courage to speak about this business in an offensive way instead of defense, and to lower the hype in our profession and increase the attractability. And what people are attractive to is hope.
All right, hold it. We got to take a break. I hate the fact that we have to take the breaks, but it's live radio on 550 stations, so we have to do it. We're coming back right after this. Stick around. It's the Legacy Leadership Radio Show.
That was a good break.
Here we are at the break again. And it's a pain in the neck, but I'll tell you what, this thing's a blowtorch, and the radio is still powerful. It's all over the world. We're in Sweden. People are going to buy your book everywhere, and that's what you want. So
exciting.
Very cool.
And we're talking about the profession too.
I love everything about you.
All right. We're coming back in 5 seconds.
Bring it.
Welcome back to Legacy Leadership with Adrian and Tom Chenault and the amazing Donna Johnson, author of a new book, My Mentor Walks on Water. You want to go and pre-order it at mentordonnajohnson.com. And we were just talking about this idea that as Donna has made the choice, which maybe she didn't want to initially make, to step up and lead the ethics committee for the Association of Network Marketing Professionals, that sometimes when we have to do these things, that it might not be the choice that you would want to make because it's hard or because you're going to have a lot of arrows pointed at you or whatever it is. And yet you through discernment realize that this is the thing that you need to do. And so that is awesome. Even more fun that Ray is coming along for the ride with you. And that's good. We need people at the top, and it needs to be enforced from the inside instead of waiting for somebody to come in from the outside, right?
Yeah. And you just have to have a standard, and that standard's got to be non-negotiable. And Donna and Ray and Garrett McGraw and a lot of people feel the same way. And we're just committed to being better stewards of this great profession, just like she's trying to be better stewards of the way we are as human beings in this book right here. So you got to go buy this book. And I emphasize book because it's a lot of words with small prints. How much is it? You have any idea how much you're charging for this thing?
Oh, $19.99. I'm sorry. I thought you wanted to know how many pages.
No, such a bargain. It's so cheap for how many pages and how much content's in here. If you buy the contact mapping book, it's a pamphlet for $8. This is like War and Peace for 20. Buy this. So that's exciting.
$235, and it can actually be a book club, a reflection club, because at the end of every chapter are reflection questions and ripple effect. And the reason there's two separate is because reflection questions are about you, to reflect on who you are. But the ripple effect question, think about this. Tom, just like you, when you stop drinking, the ripple effect means the choices that you make, the person that you are, the values you have, has a ripple effect on those around you.
Yeah.
And so we cause you, in the book, I ask you to look and reflect in the mirror, the woman or man in the mirror. And then also, what is your ripple effect? What is your impact on others? Imprint. What's your imprint?
That's a huge
Think
huge
about
deal.
that. And I just heard that my little boy Dominic is also watching this show, which really warms my cockles.
That's cool.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff, man. You're going to change the world, kid. And I am proud to even know you, proud that we got to have you on the show before you even launched the book. Proud that we're going to help you on Sunday at your launch in Arizona. I'll tell my friends to come. And also on Tuesday when you really blow it out to the world. It's just cool stuff, really.
Yeah, we're so excited, and make sure you go check out the website Mentor Donna Johnson right now, and figure out how you can go and do this with some people that you care about, because the book really is built to be able to do that. I love the questions in the back of each chapter. That's such a great way to have it be something that's not just something that you leaf through and, on to the next thing, but that you actually are taking that time out to reflect and to have a conversation and to bring it into your life by sharing it with other people around you. So that is really, really a cool thing, Donna. And I just love the way that this is going to impact the world.
Somebody just texted me and asked me if I was a red light or a green light on the ethics committee conversation. I said I was a no light. They didn't even invite me because they knew I wasn't deep enough, fit enough.
I invited you, Tom, and you
right.
said you were on other committees.
I'm on all the committees, man.
You're going to love, there's a lot of fun analogies like that. Red light, yellow light, green light. I have a grandson named Jonah. There's a really fun thing called Wrong Way Jonah. when you're going in the wrong direction. Amen. Wrong Way Jonah. There's a lot of fun. You're going to love the book. I've got some great stuff that Richard Brooke taught me about people having access to you. So many people are dripped throughout this book, even if I don't mention people by name.
I want to say something about that. About 5 years ago, I was pissed off at Brooke. And I mentioned it to Donna, and you don't even remember, but I was irritated about him because he's a good friend of mine, and I was mad about something. And I'll never forget, because when we get mad at somebody, we look for agreement. And everybody just piles on who that poor sucker is. And I thought for sure Donna was going to go, yeah, he is ugly. And she took me to the woodshed. She said, that is not true. I don't believe you even said that to me, Tom. It's 100% opposite who he is. And you need to be ashamed of yourself. And I was humiliated, but it was true. And what I love about Donna is she's going to tell you from her heart, not her head, from not looking good, but being good, what she believes. And golly, Neds, that's all this book is. I want you to read it. And Brooke, that's as close to an apology as you're going to ever get.
Speak the truth in love. You know, that's what Thomas always says. And you're going to love the show with him. He's amazing. And that's another crazy thing. I married a top leader in network marketing from Sweden. Like, who does that? But some of our best friends are in the profession, you know, Jordan, Susan Sly, and then like, well, you're not supposed to marry someone in network marketing. Who said? Who made that rule? Well, he's going to raid your business or you're going to raid his business. Like, no, actually, we're doing great and we're supporting each other. And my team loves him. His team loves me. It's so fun.
Anna Woodward, I love you. Go ahead. Who's our guest next week?
Yeah, next week we've got Gina Bianchini, who is the founder and CEO of Mighty Networks and wrote the book on community that is...
Can't believe you got her.
It's so cool. So you want to check that out. We will be back next week on the Legacy Leadership Show with Adrian and Tom Chenault. Make sure you go check out mentordonnajohnson.com and grab the book. Bye-bye. We're out.
We're still on Facebook, so we're still alive, but you were just off the show. So that's off the big radio. But now you can cut.
Yeah, I'm sure that's coming.
This was so fun, and you two are just adorable.
It is like ham and egg, man.
Yep. We have a good time. We're so excited for you, Donna. Congratulations on the book. We will be cheering you on the 4th. And it's go time for
Did you mention who sponsors the show, you terrible salesman?
I've been putting it in, contactmapping.com. You got to get over there and plug in with what we're doing. We are changing the world through changing your life and your relationships.
Love you guys. Reach up. Go get this book. I love everybody. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.